Okay, Love in Vain. This song, the way the Stones played it, and get your YA-YAS out, is in 6/8 time, which is typical for a slow blues. And it is a blues. It's a 24 bar blues, actually, which is kind of unusual. But 6/8 time is two groupings of triplets. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's very similar to 3/4 time, but you can tell the difference. I don't, without getting into the technicalities of it. The drummer in 6/8 time will be playing the kick drum for on beat 1 of the first group of triplets, and the snare on the second beat. So it's like, let's see if I can do this. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's 6/8 time. And each of those groupings of 6/8 notes, that's all 6. When you say 6/8 time, that means that there are 6/8 notes. That constitutes one measure. The 6 on the top and the 8 on the bottom. 6/8 notes make up a measure. Anyway, as I said, this is a 24 bar blues, so each verse has 24 of those groupings of 6/8 notes. Okay, let's look at this intro here. Intro goes like this. So each measure is like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we start off just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 measures of G. Now I'm playing starting this arpeggio with this G note on the 3rd fret of the low E string. And then, so it's like, and then it's just these 3 open strings here. The D, G, and B open strings. So that's the first 2 measures, like that. Open E string. You're sliding from the, first the open E string. This is your kind of outlining an E minor chord here. But, so you're going like this. Sliding from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret on the G string, catching this G note on the 3rd fret of the high E string, then sliding back down, 4th to the 2nd fret, open, and then 2nd fret of the D string, and then down to a C note, 3rd fret of the A string. So like this. Okay, and then on that C, he does a little thing like, I really think this is a cool part that Keith came up with for this song, by the way. I know a lot of people love the slide guitar that Mick Taylor did on this song, but I think this accompaniment that Keith did is equally cool. Anyway, here's the E minor. That's like this. You're hammering on 2nd fret. You're playing 2 strings at a time here for this this little lick on the C chord. So you're playing the D string and the G string, and you're hammering on from the open string to the 2nd fret, and then you do the same thing up here on the next higher pair of strings. So and then to the G, and when you get to the G, you do this little thing. You're going from the major chord to the dominant 7th, so it's like this. And then you deaden it like that. So when you get to the D there, every time you think, I think every time he plays the D, he does this little hammer on the high E string, which goes from the open string to the 2nd fret. So it's like this. So to backtrack a bit, when we get to the C, okay, so that's the intro. Right now, let's look at the first 8 bars of the verse. Remember, it's a 24-bar verse in total. So the first 8 bars would be like this. Remember, I'm just playing this. I'm holding down the G chord, but I'm really just playing first this 3rd fret G note, and then doing this arpeggio on these 3 open strings. So you don't even have to hold down the high E if you don't want, but I always do. So it starts off like that. I followed to the station with a suitcase. And right there, it starts doing this little rocking back and forth between the, it's like, well, let me demonstrate it. So all you're doing there is adding this, adding and taking away this F note, 1st fret of the high E string. So you're playing along with the G, and then so there you go. That's the first 8 bars. Look just like this. Okay, let's do the second 8 bars here. It starts on this C chord. Now, that C chord, you can do a walk up to that C if you want. You can. It's got that same little hammer-on lick. Then it goes up to the usual D chord. Then you put an F sharp in the bass of that D chord like this. Very same thing, only you're reaching around with the thumb, getting that F sharp in there. So then G, back to D with the F sharp in the bass, back to the G, and And that is just like a G chord. You're just you're playing the this C note on the first fret of the B string, going up to the D note, third fret of the B string, so it's like, then back to the full G chord. It's another cool little little embellishment that Keith throws in there. Okay, let's do the last part of the verse now. It's like this. It's that same old D chord we've been doing with that hammer on. Down to an E, C, all right, let's do that again. Starting off with the D. E minor. Now you can, depending, if you want, you can do some pickup notes into that C chord like this. And you can do those little hammer-ons like we did earlier, if you want or not. Also, it kind of depends on if you're going to be singing the song or not. If you're going to be singing it, you might want to do the simplest version so you can concentrate on your singing. Anyway, so let's do that one more time. I screwed that up a little bit, but you want to deaden that when you do the, that's, you know, you're slapping the strings with your right hand there. Gives it a little, especially with the kind of reverb that Keith had, it gives that a little slapping sound on the record. So that's the verse, and the verse is the same, you know, barring little things that Keith throws in here and there. It's the same all the way through the song. Same 24 bars in the same order. The studio version of Love in Vain is pretty much the very same thing, except that it's capoed up on the 3rd fret, which puts it in the key of B flat.